How is it going, guys? Oddly Unorthodox here. So, a game that I promised you guys that I would show you is one involving the Shredder. The Shredder of Lustria, to be exact. By far one of the, if not the coolest models to date. You know, if you were a fan of Jurassic Park when you were growing up, you're a fan of the other sort of dinosaur films, Turok, the dinosaur game when I was growing up, there's just a special place in your heart for dinosaurs. I know, as I mentioned on my video yesterday, especially those that are so like reptilian looking. They're just so cool. So, this is my first time running a Shredder build. This was the first game I'd ever used it. And I thought I'd go for a bit of a wide build with a Shredder and Lord Mazdamundi. So, we went wide. You can see here I've got 5 squads of skink cohorts. We've got a double squad of chameleon skinks and a quadruple squad of skink skirmishers. So I do have a Skaven ally, which I'm all for a Skaven ally. I like Skaven. I think they're quite cool. Not the choice I would make when fighting Norska and the Undead to be this built up. I think you're asking for magic attacks. I think he would have been better going a bit wide and guarding his weapons teams with the likes of the Rat Ogres, but you know, everyone's got to start somewhere. So, oh yeah, I do have one squad of Feral Cold Ones, little raptors. So, we now move up, and I'm just trying to get in a few little attacks off the chameleon skinks just to annoy the Vargoys, take the damage down a little bit. I was hoping to get a model, but it doesn't look like I get one, which is a shame. But we roll the skink cohorts up because at the end of the day, they're just there to sort of hold the line, just not even hold the line. They just fill the gap if anything was going to get shot at. I didn't want to do my Shredder dead early. I do think we'll have a look at the end at some of the values, and it might be there might be room for a build somewhere to literally go Mazdamundi the Shredder, and then bring things like Temple Guard and Saurus, but only like 3 squads, and that way you've got a really elite core surrounding the Shredder. I don't know what this weird little dances we're doing here. The reasoning you bring Mazdamundi is obviously he has access to Apotheosis. He gets 2 spells which don't cost anything. He's got 2 casts of Banishment, and the Ruination of Cities, which is great on grouped targets. And he obviously has the Shield of the Old Ones. An argument could be made to maybe bring Croak, and you'd have the greater one, the 40% damage resistance, but we're yet to see. So the first banishment goes down here. You know, I think there's quite a few squads here. It ties them up quite nicely. So one thing I do notice is I win super hard at this point, because obviously the Vampire's gone quite wide with a few of his units here. But my ally just gets absolutely wrecked. Like, his Skaven slaves don't stand a chance. You know, all of his weapon teams are already been caught up. Am I being hit by there? Oh, well, that tickled. And as you can see, the main thing we're going to focus on today is this absolute beast of a dinosaur. Look at him just ripping through. Just chewing them to absolute bits. Bit of double dinosaur action. Obviously, Mazdamundi's not as cool as the old Shredder. We pop a few debuffs. The debuffs from Lord Mazdamundi are also quite nice. Obviously, you've got the Curse of Midnight Wind, drops melee attack and armour. So, this obviously Vlad's a very tough cookie. But this is sort of what I wanted, was this giant bundle fight. It allows me to drop, you see I do drop a Ruination there, which doesn't do as much as I'd like. It sort of shoots off in random directions, and it wasn't the directions I would have liked. We're doing a lot of scooting and shooting here, which is the sort of idea. You know, we've picked off both squads of Argos, we're picking off the Grave Guard, but I probably should have tried to send some more squads to help here. Vlad von Karstein's very hard to deal with anyway. And then there must be the Tithe in here or something, or is there a Banshee? Something's given Frostbite. I can only assume, yeah, there's a Banshee. So, The Norscan opponent, very clever, did bring some hunters with javelins, and he brings them over. Sadly, at this point, as you can see, my Skaven's just been absolutely rolled. Don't get me wrong, he's managing to put out some more right damage, but his weapon team's just got compromised way too easily. So we're popping Apotheosis, you know, making sure to keep the Shredder in good HP, but the Banshee and Vlad is a little bit annoying. It'd be nice if there's a way that maybe I should have brought something with fire damage to reduce regen, knowing that I was playing against the undead. I mean, look at the leadership he's gaining. Back up. And he's going to start regaining a silly amount of HP, obviously, from the undead healing. You can see there that it's just climbing back up, and obviously he's got his ring and stuff like that that he can pop, and he's got Blood Drinker as well. So, very tough cookie, and we were close to breaking him. And we do pop another banishment down here, which I think is quite a nice cast. It manages to get a few kills. Goes the, not the ideal sort of way, but, you know, we take those. It might be an idea to see, I'm not sure if I get access to Dwellers, but it might be worth seeing if there is a skink that gets access to Dwellers below, because that could work really well. Because the enemy is going to bundle units on top of your Shredder and Master Mundi because they want them to die. Because obviously there's two monsters that if they just kill everything else first, there's a good chance those two monsters are going to mop up. So we managed to deal with the Hex Wraiths after a while, and we're starting to bring everything back over. We've dealt with the Grey Guard in that corner. But if I'm honest, there's another Ruination. That one was a lot better. But if I'm honest, the big thing that suffered this game was just my ally got rolled a bit too easily. You can see that Norska's pretty much all and well still alive. You know, he's still got all of these Skin Wolves, which I'm going to struggle to deal with. He's still got his Famir Bale Fiend. Wulfric's still quite healthy. And Vlad's just healing like Vlad does, but fair enough to him. I quite like Vlad. But while we still have lost this game, I still think it was cool to show you guys the damage the Shredder can do. Now you see the Shredder's nowhere near his healing cap, so given if I didn't get absolutely swarmed here by anti-large and armor piercing, you know, we've got Graveguard with great weapons and stuff like that in here. And I could have kept healing the Shredder. He would have been a real menace. He probably could have killed the rest of them with how much regen he's got left. What's being summoned there? Ah, more zombies. But as you can see, you know, Lord Master Mundi sadly goes down, and that'll break the leadership of the Dreadsaurian, which is a good way of dealing with the Dreadsaurian, is breaking its leadership. But don't get me wrong, it's took out a lot with it. It is an expensive unit, it hasn't really covered its cost yet, but it had a lot more to give, and it was more sort of maybe misdirection army building that may have messed that up a little bit. So, let's have a look at the totals, what I feel like I could have changed, what would have worked better ideally. So, you've got, I keep saying so, I'm not sure why, and I keep putting a lot of emphasis on it. We've got Lord Master Mundi. 3,500 damage is a fair amount of damage on Lord Master Mundi. You know, I'm not going to take that away from it. It's a very good showing. And then we've got the Shredder of Lustria, 2,840. Again, not bad value. You know, there's some good value in there. It's not like he was just butter and chaff. These skinks, 550. Okay, 664 on those, a bit better. Yeah, not bad on these. I brought these in case he had like a hidden tech piece of like range that I could shut down. But they got sort of destroyed before the javelins really were able to be taken down. The skinks, you know, for 350 or 300, whatever they cost, it might be 400 for the skirmishers. It's not too bad. You know, they made their gold. And then these skinks, some of them made their gold, some of them made a bit over, some of them just not so much. But they were never there to make their money. There's going to be another Shredder of Lustria build. I'm thinking up a build and I'm trying to design it in my head. That'll do Lord Master Mundi, the Shredder, and then possibly some more elite infantry that may hold the line a bit better and that will also benefit from the buffs that Master Mundi gives to everything in that area. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Oddly Unorthodox. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.